If you allow me, Mr. Speaker, as I take my seat as a backbencher, let me hand over this file to Honorable Kimunya and ask him to come and take the seat that I have warmed for the last 7 years, and I wish him all the best.
Well, very well. As you exchange the seats, of course, again, you've already been thanked by the speakership for the diligent work that you've done for the last 7 years, but most importantly, for the magnanimity in your handing over. In many cases, people who do this kind of handover would probably even not be available to do such, so it is good. Probably it's because of the fact that you are a battle-hardened politician, just like the gentleman who is also taking over from you. I'm also informed that he's also equally battle-hardened. So thank you again. Thank you once more, Honorable Duale. You did your work and did it well. We wish well to the new majority leader. And I'm trying to get a sign from him. Maybe he would want to probably have an acceptance speech. If he does, that would be fine. If you want to do it later, I can see already you have a handful. You probably would be having quite a lot of work this morning as you assume the new office. So would you want to say something, Honorable Kimunya? Honorable Dr. Kimunya.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me at the outset to, first of all, thank the party leader of the Jubilee Coalition, His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, for nominating me and the party members for endorsing me to take over this challenging office. I know it's challenging because in the 10th Parliament, I had the responsibility as Deputy Leader of Government Business, but technically became the de facto Leader of Government Business for the last 3 years of the 10th Parliament. So I know the drill and what it means, and that it really takes you being seated here and takes away from family, takes you away from constituents, takes away from basically the other things you want to do. And it's against that background that I want to recognize the sacrifice and effort that my predecessor, the Honorable Duale, has put in this office for the last 7 years. I've been here in the 12th Parliament since 2017, and I've been watching him. We work together. Fortunately, we are good friends. We've worked together through the House Business Committee and even here in Parliament. And I've seen the amount of time he's actually put in being in this House, being in the committees, constantly on the phone, consulting, being the linkage with the ministries, sorting out the issues between the committees and the ministries. So I've been learning from him without necessarily thinking that I'll eventually take over from him. So I want to really thank for the lessons given so far. And you have promised, obviously, to be there for me, because there's certainly, obviously, some things that you gain. 7 years experience is not anything. You cannot do something for 7 years and not learn some intricate ways of getting things done. So I really want to have on record my personal appreciation, and His Excellency President also did express the party appreciation, and would like to have it on the Hansard, the appreciation of the Jubilee Coalition for the work that the Honorable Duale has put over the last 7 years. And I know the people of Garissa Town constituency may not have appreciated what you do in the House, because it's like, how does it translate to issues on the ground? Now, perhaps within the next 2 or so years, it will give you also an opportunity to get back to them and they see on the ground and get to understand what you've been doing for the last 7 years. I did 10 years, Mr. Speaker, if you recall, in cabinet. The people of Kipipiri at some point even decided, now what's this man doing? He's out there in the ministry. We want an MP on the ground. And they made a change in 2013. But I took it very positively, and I said, it's a nice break for me to also reconsider what I need to do for my personal development. And I went back to school. And, I think that was the best investment I made of that period when I was away. So at times, nature provides you with an opportunity to redefine yourself. And I want to ask my friend under Duale to look at it from that perspective. There are some crucibles, or so-called crucibles in leadership, that comes and it changes your life. And you start thinking, yes, I've been doing this, but is there something else I probably should be doing? And gives you time to start preparing. So I would like to really ask that we continue working together. We bring the unification of this country together, the unity of our party, working together with our colleagues from the minority party for the better good of the Kenyan people, and to at least also shape up this 12th parliament so that we can say that the investment over the last 7 years, plus what we're going to invest now, will make the 13th parliament look at the 12th parliament as the one that really set the standard for the future. So, Mr. Speaker, I don't want to continue saying a lot. I could get emotional, but it's a good thing to do, and I'm also happy that we've actually done it through this formal process, this being the first handover of the majority party, and I hope that we will have set the pace for what will happen in the future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and once again, thank you, Honorable Duale, for what you've done and the continued friendship we're going to enjoy as we work together for the Kenyan people.
Okay, so having said that, I want to give only a member or maximum 2, and at maximum it will be 2, very briefly. Maybe the leader of minority party to advise you on the kind of shoe type you need to wear. And I realize that actually, between you and the Honorable Duale, you are almost the same in terms of the number of years you've served in this parliament. The only advantage on your part is also you served the other side of parliament, outside, when Kipipiri asked you to take a brief break. We probably, Honorable Duale has not tested. So you probably are also tested in the fact that you can survive the other terrain outside. Now, so I'll give only the minority leader and probably the minority whip, but if it is going to be brief. Let me start with the minority whip so that we end with you, Honorable Badi. No, we will definitely not open. I will probably give an extra few members if we can agree that will be brief, very brief. And by the way, the members who are saying yes are probably not going to be lucky enough to have the opportunity. So I will please be very brief, Honorable Minority Whip.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, from the onset, I want to congratulate the new majority leader for assuming the new role as the new majority leader of this House, Mr. Speaker. And at the same time, also thank the former majority leader, Honorable Aden Duale, for the good job he has done in this House, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was in the 11th Parliament when Honorable Majority Leader was the majority leader then, And that parliament was more difficult than this one, Mr. Speaker. This one was under this framework of the handshake, the temperatures a bit went down. But in the last parliament, the majority leader really did his job, Mr. Speaker. As a court coalition by then, we had to plan very well to defeat Duale in this house, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to tell my brother Duale that it is this, as former President Moi said, he in courts in Kiswahili, hizi watu cheo ni za wananchi, sisi ni wadhamini wao. You serve when you have been given an opportunity, you serve and you leave when the opportunity ends. But also I want to tell the new majority leader that we will work with you. I know you have all the experience. I know you have been a leader of the government business in the 10th Parliament, and I know you're equal to the task. We will work together as a parliament and we see how we can advance, as you said, the agenda of the people of Kenya. I want to tell them politically that this work of politics is very difficult, majority leader. And when the going gets tough, don't die. Remain strong. Don't say, I would rather die than resign. Please, don't die, just stay alive. We shall support you. Yeah, because dying is the worst thing that can happen. And to the former majority leader, politically, my brother, when you see us following Baba like cows, we are fearing consequences like the one you are facing now. So politics is like that, Mukuba. It is today, if you go against the wishes of the people who own parties, the people who lead this country, the consequence is a good experience for me. I will be more loyal than I was now. I will sing Baba throughout. Thank you so much. Asante sana.